Hey, it's Chip and Matt again with thermalhunting.com, and we just wanted to do a quick overview of shotgun hunting. And because I don't shotgun hunt very often at all, and Matt does, Matt's going to be answering most of the questions that I ask. So Matt, on shotgun hunting, and because it's wintertime, you know, the leaves are off the trees, the visibility in the woods is a lot better, it's cold, you don't have to worry about mosquitoes. So let's talk about shotgun hunting. How close to cover do you get when you are setting up?
Yeah, well, you know, with rifle hunting, even when we're rifle hunting, we want to be, you know, we want our silhouette broken up. We're rifle hunting at nighttime or the daytime, either one. And it's going to be the same with shotgun hunting. You know, I want to get into the woods, you know, ease into the woods, and, you know, I'm going to have a good general idea of where those dogs are. And, you know, I'm going to sit by a tree, something like that. And, you know, camo, shotgun hunting, you don't have to have camo on, but I would break my silhouette up, or, you know, just my outline up, you know, by a good tree or something like that, bush, something like that. That's what we do.
And then I guess movement is a key also, right? Because
oh yeah, shotgun hunting. So we're gonna call them in, you know, pretty close. You know, I like to get them in 25 yards before I take the shot. You can kill them out to 50. You can kill them out to 50. Shouldn't be a problem with the loads that we use, but we like to get them in pretty close.
So you want to stay still.
Yeah, being still shotgun hunting is really important. So if you got a buddy that can't stay still, you're going to have to leave him at the house. So yeah, you got to be really still. So.
We won't name any names.
Yeah.
Okay, now do you like to sit on the ground or do you use a stool? What's your preferred?
Yeah, so I've tried it different ways. You know, I've taken a chair out and sitting in the chair, and tried a stool, and, you know, sitting on the ground, maybe just putting a pad under you, you know, so that make it a little more comfortable. And, you know, I really like sitting on a pad on the ground because I can prop my knee up, and I can put my gun on the knee.
Okay.
And, man, that helps hold you steady when those coyotes come in. That's just what I like. I see a lot of people hunting in chairs, you know, that's more comfortable.
Because you do hunt in a chair at night.
I do. Okay. Rifle hunting at night, I do sit in a chair.
Okay.
Because, you know, I'm probably different than a lot of people. You know, I don't run and gun hunting coyotes at night. So we're going to stay at a place for
a couple hours,
1.5, 2 hours. Maybe.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I think you do that.
Yeah, we do. We have a similar strategy at night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, you just need to get something comfortable. Now on a shotgun set, I'm not staying 2 hours.
Yeah.
You know, I'm probably tops 30 minutes.
30 minutes, yeah.
A lot of times not that long. But yeah. So
speaking of that, do you alter your volume at all because you're in maybe thicker cover? Are you having to go softer or louder?
Well, that's the thing with shotgun hunting. You know, I'm going to have an idea of where those coyotes are. You know, and I'm going to get within a certain distance of them. I feel like I need to be closer to them than rifle hunting. You know, and nobody has told me that. That's just from learning how to hunt them with a shotgun. So, any kind of hunting I did, you know, basically, especially early shotgun hunting, that's basically how I learned to coyote hunt to start with.
With shotgun? Okay.
And I had to learn in the woods because there wasn't all these videos and, you know, a lot of people that could help you.
Yeah.
You know, I did watch some videos, but not that many people hunted back then.
Yeah.
So you just have to get in there and learn. But yeah, we're gonna get in, you know, close to those coyotes, you know, and have a good idea of where they are.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I think I've got a few areas in mind where maybe I could really try to more shotgun hunting, where there's some thickets where I know the coyotes are, that I haven't been able to get them out at night, or maybe I killed some of their friends and they're wanting to stay in there. I'm going to do some more shotgun hunting. And you probably, I don't know, you may have learned a little bit from those guys our friends in Tennessee do a lot of shotgun hunting, like Greg and Jimmy and
yeah, actually
Josh.
I did. Actually, you know, when I started hunting, I learned a lot from those Tennessee guys. I think when I got into coyote hunting, I think I just happened to come across an MFK video on YouTube. They were shotgun hunting, so I got interested in that. But yeah, there's there's quite a few guys up in Tennessee because there wasn't hardly anybody in Alabama hunting back then. And it's only been a few years ago.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of guys from Tennessee. I actually did learn a lot from them, and it's kind of hard to get them Tennessee guys to give up secrets sometimes, though. So.
Yeah, yeah. If you ask those guys about what sounds are working,
yeah,
you have to go. You can't do it in public. It's got to be top secret.
But I will say, a lot of those
they've been very helpful.
A lot of those Tennessee hunters, that I'm friends with, they're really capable with the shotgun.
They're really good. I mean, we're talking about the same guys, Jimmy and Greg and Josh. And
absolutely.
I know I'm leaving somebody out.
You always thought Taylor Teets was really
Taylor
good.
Teets, yeah, he's
Josh
great.
Seals is a good friend of mine. He doesn't shotgun hunt a whole lot, but he's a really good daytime hunter too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's fun watching their videos. All right, now on the gun, you mentioned earlier that when you're sitting on the ground, you use your knee for your gun to stabilize your gun. So you don't use a tripod for your gun at all?
Yeah, I don't with shotgun hunting. You have really got to be stealthy with your movements in that shotgun hunting, and sometimes those tripod legs can get hung up on stuff, and you just really need to be able to have a full range and not be
being able to move,
not be clipped onto anything.
Yeah.
Now
I got it.
Now the smaller tripod, like the Scout, I could see how that would be good for like turkey hunting or something like that. But for shotgun hunting coyotes, I want to be, free from anything.
Right.
Just propped on my leg.
Okay. Now, do you account? Let's talk about wind and scent. Do you account for the wind at all differently from a night setup, or is it the same?
Well, even at night, we're going to try to use the wind to our advantage. Definitely, but shotgun hunting, it takes you into a whole new realm to where you're gonna have to get them in really tight. So yeah, the wind's super important, and where we set that call, is much more important than out, rifle hunting at night. So you have to be really picky about where you set that call up. So
I can understand that, because if you come into the woods and the scent's going towards the coyotes, you may never even see them, right? I mean, they get that wind down there 150 yards into the woods. You may never know they were there, right? Whereas at night, you may see one out in the field at 250, and when you can see them get your wind, or when your wind's going. So I can see where that wind.
Yeah, one of the first shotgun hunts I went on a few years ago. I'd go by myself. Nobody hunted back then, and I specifically remember setting the call up upwind from where I was, probably 15 to 20 yards, and that's about as far as I'll get a call out, shotgun hunting. And those coyotes came in, 2 coyotes, and actually located where that call sound was coming from, and they headed upwind right into my lap. They were going to check that call, check the scent.
So they came in. They cut downwind of the call, right? They were trying to get downwind.
Yes, I had the call upwind.
Yeah,
and up a fence row from me. And once they located where that sound, they propped those feet up on a log and located that sound.
Yeah.
Here they come downwind right into my lap to check that call.
Yeah.
And I learned a lot that day. So
yeah, and you can use that same information strategy for night hunting too.
Yep.
About where to put the call in relation to the wind direction when you want to pull them right into your lap. I know Jimmy White talks about that. John Collins talks about that, about where to place the call and with the wind direction.
Yeah. Yeah, and, so night hunting with a rifle or daytime hunting with a rifle, either one, you can stretch that call out a little bit. You can set it, a decent little ways from you. You can go 50 yards, something like that. I usually don't go over 50, but, 50, 60 probably be the max. But shotgun hunting, you're not setting that call that far from you. You got to keep that call, closer into
like you said, about 15 yards.
Yeah, you can't take a chance of pulling a coyote out of range. You got to have them pretty close. So, yeah. Usually shotgun hunting, I'd say I'm gonna have that call most of the time within 15 yards of where I'm saying. Yeah, I'm gonna have it placed strategically.
Do you use a decoy at all when you're doing that shotgun hunting?
I have before. I've used a decoy, and they will pay attention to it. But one good thing about shotgun hunting is that you can really pack into the woods really light. You know,
Yeah.
a call, a cushion, and a gun. I use a 20 gauge Benelli, and it's really light.
Okay.
So I really enjoy the fact that I feel like I'm kind of free shotgun hunting from all this weight that we carry around.
Nice.
So yeah, any kind of extra decoys and stuff, I usually leave them in the truck.
Okay. I guess, and I would agree with that too. It makes sense to me. I would probably say if I was gonna if I was targeting a bobcat, I'd probably want a decoy because they're such a visual hunter.
Absolutely, and they're more careful. So you kind of want something to be sure the attention is off of you.
Right.
With a bobcat, I definitely would use, a small decoy or a if I was just targeting a bobcat. I definitely would. So
Yeah, I agree with that. Okay, now do you let's talk about, do you locate for hunting, shotgun hunting, or do you blind sets? What do you do there?
yeah. Well, we night hunt a pretty good bit, and when we're out night hunting, we hear dogs. I mean, we're howling, we hear dogs, we know where they are, we know where they're staying. So yeah, we're locating them in that sense. And and if I can locate dogs and they're there, I find them to be there night after night. A lot of times I'll use it as an opportunity to go in and shotgun hunt those dogs.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. All right, now let's talk about your gun. What gauge do you use, and are you using a pump, or are you using a semi-auto? And also maybe what load you're using.
Yeah, 20 gauge Benelli. It's a really light gun. I like to be light going in. It almost feels like it weighs half of what a 12 gauge does. It probably doesn't.
Yeah, no,
But it's really light,
Yeah.
And so I use TSS number 2.
Okay.
TSS number 2s, and I'm gonna tell you, I've shot quite a few coyotes since I bought the TSS number 2s. I've used smaller than that.
Yeah.
But since I bought the
3s and
TSS number
4s.
2s, I haven't missed a coyote with them, and I'm telling you, it is a absolute hammer. And it hasn't really mattered the yardage. I don't think I've shot one over 45, 50 yards with it. But yeah, it knocks them down.
I mean, that ammo's expensive, isn't it?
Well, it is. I actually got that from Faded Ravens Ammunition, and they gave me a pretty good deal on it.
Yeah.
So I got it at a pretty fair price. But yeah, anytime you're going to buy tungsten, yeah, it's going to be expensive.
But where I was going with that was, it's expensive, but it's not like you're out there shooting doves. I mean, you're only going to shoot 2 or 3 times on a stand normally, so it's not that expensive relative to your whole cost of hunting.
Yeah, as effective as it's been, it's worth the price to me. Not to have to chase down a coyote. I've used steel before, and I've killed a lot of dogs on shotgun with steel shot. But I've also watched a lot of them that were hit squarely, run away.
And
so
run off.
You got to decide if that, if spending more money on that shell is a good trade-off, and for me it is. So
yeah. Okay, I was just curious now, is that, you said a Benelli? Okay. I've got a Remington 870, pump that I've taken with me a few times. I've not been successful. I've only seen one coyote daytime hunting, but I don't do it very often.
Well, you don't have to use an expensive Benelli to go shotgun hunting.
Yeah.
So when I started shotgun hunting, I had a Mossberg. It was a 935 or an 835, and it was an automatic. And I'd put a Sharpie mark every coyote I killed. It was just full of Sharpie marks.
Yeah.
It's cheap shotgun. So and so you don't have to spend big bucks to go kill a coyote.
Yeah.
So, and you can get cheap pump shotguns. You can get a pump shotgun. You can buy them used, I guess, or if you go buy a new one, they're going to be $300 or less. So
yeah. Well, we hope you guys have found this informative. Matt's a very good shotgun hunter for coyotes. We appreciate you guys checking in with us, and we'll see you next time.
See you guys.
Rick.